Today, we are going to discuss whether or not a recession will happen in 2024, if housing prices are going to continue to come down, and we are going to talk about minimum wage potentially being increased in your state. For more videos that will keep you informed, remember to press the like button and subscribe. With that being said, let's jump right into today's stories. In an exhilarating financial revelation that has set the economic world abuzz, UBS, a prominent European bank, boldly predicts a sensational twist in the tale of the US economy. Brace yourselves, dear investors, for the thrilling forecast that suggests that the United States is on the brink of a recession in the upcoming year. This anticipated downturn is expected to trigger a dazzling display of monetary acrobatics by the Federal Reserve, with interest rates poised to plummet dramatically. The financial wizards at UBS anticipate a jaw-dropping reduction of 275 basis points. That's nearly 4 times the modest 75 basis point reduction currently envisioned by the market, according to the CME Group's FedWatch tool. Delving into the mesmerizing details of UBS's prophecy, their expert team, led by the dynamic duo of economist Arend Kapteyn and strategist Bhanu Baweja, unveiled their findings in a research note published mid-November. According to their riveting analysis, the forecasted spectacle includes a pronounced Fed easing cycle set to unfold from March 2024 onwards. Brace yourselves for the grand finale. UBS envisions interest rates plunging to an astonishing 1.25% in the first half of 2025. Why such a dramatic performance by the Federal Reserve, you may wonder? UBS has the answer. The anticipated cuts are positioned as a strategic response to the forecasted U.S. recession in the tantalizingly turbulent period of 2024, coupled with an ongoing slowdown in both headline and core inflation. But let's not forget the backdrop against which this financial drama is unfolding. Since March 2022, the Federal Reserve has been orchestrating a symphony of increasing borrowing costs, lifting them from near zero to a mesmerizing 5.5%. Their mission was to rein in soaring prices that catapulted inflation to a 4-decade high of 9.1% in June of 2022. However, the plot thickens, as inflation, though showing signs of cooling, continues to gallop way beyond the central bank's 2% target. Amidst this riveting saga of monetary tightening, the U.S. has miraculously sidestepped the dreaded recession thus far. The nation's gross domestic product flaunted a spectacular expansion of 4.9% in the third quarter, marking its highest growth rate in 2 years. And in a surprising twist, the job market, an essential character in this financial epic, has managed to stand tall in the face of the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes. The unemployment rate, though inching up in recent months, defiantly hovers below the 4% mark. As the financial plot thickens, a subplot emerges. The recession prediction crafted by Kapteyn and Baweja appears to lock horns with an alternative outlook presented by none other than Draho, UBS's head of asset allocation for the Americas. In a captivating presentation, Draho paints a contrasting narrative, one where the U.S. economy's unexpected resilience in the current year sets the stage for a roaring 20s era. This vision encompasses higher GDP growth, inflation, bond yields, and interest rates, promising a turbulent but exhilarating financial journey into the next decade. The stage is set, the actors are in place, and the financial world awaits the unfolding of this gripping saga with bated breath. I personally do not think a recession will happen in 2024, but even if it did, I would invest more aggressively so that I can get my favorite ETFs at an even cheaper price. Now let's talk about the roller coaster ride of the housing market, which has left us all breathless, with soaring mortgage rates and home prices reaching unprecedented heights, which is keeping young Americans from becoming homeowners. Imagine this. Mortgage rates scaling dizzying heights, peaking at 8% in October before a modest retreat, and home prices embarking on a relentless upward trajectory since January, leaving many aspiring homeowners priced out of the real estate market. For millennials and Gen Zers, the desire to own a home has been an unrelenting pursuit throughout the year, with approximately 60% expressing that homeownership holds even greater significance than in their parents' generation, as reported by the Bank of America Institute in early December. However, despite the fervent yearning, the path to homeownership for these younger demographics remains riddled with insurmountable barriers. Saving for a down payment, grappling with relatively elevated mortgage rates, and navigating the stratospheric realm of home prices top the list of challenges for millennials and Gen Zers alike. Regrettably, the consensus among housing experts is that none of these hurdles are likely to ease anytime soon, casting a shadow over the prospects of those hoping to enter the housing market. I don't know if it's ever going to be a young person's good time to buy a home, remarks Andrew Spieler, a distinguished professor at Hofstra University's Frank G. Zarb School of Business, specializing in real estate finance and investment. Spieler underscores the complexity of the housing market dynamics, cautioning against oversimplifying conditions by merely tracking mortgage rates and home prices. In his view, meaningful changes in the market require more than a year, with any significant shift anticipated post-2024. As Spieler explains, the Federal Reserve's initiation of interest rate hikes merely a year and a half ago is a relatively short time frame in the realm of real estate. Moreover, the current housing market conditions defy conventional expectations, as this year witnessed higher mortgage rates compared to the past 2 decades, coupled with a surge in home prices. Spieler notes that the expected correlation between rising interest rates and falling housing prices is contingent on sellers adjusting their prices, a process that takes time. While 2023 saw some millennials adopting innovative strategies to improve their chances of homeownership, such as engaging in side gigs to save for a down payment or seeking cash contributions on wedding registries, the affordability puzzle remains unsolved. Affording a traditional 20% down payment on a median home priced at $350,000 necessitates a substantial $70,000, a formidable challenge for young couples embarking on their first home buying journey. Beatrice DeJong, a real estate broker associate in Los Angeles, attests to the prevailing difficulties by revealing that a majority of her younger clients receive financial assistance from family, whether in the form of down payment support, loan co-signing, or help with monthly mortgage payments. The rising trend of family involvement in home purchases underscores the immense hurdles faced by younger generations in achieving home ownership independently. Housing affordability has become such a formidable challenge that some millennials and Gen Zers have resorted to unconventional measures, including purchasing a home with their parents. Beatrice DeJong observes a rising trend of younger buyers acquiring homes with the intention of family cohabitation, such as having parents live in separate units or even within the same house. Looking ahead, the forecast paints a picture of persistence in challenges, with mortgage rates expected to hover around the 6% range. The creativity displayed by millennials and Gen Zers in navigating the current housing landscape is likely to continue, with the stark reality forcing individuals to be more pragmatic about what they can afford. DeJong notes that many millennials, despite entering marriage and starting families, are setting their sights on more realistic options such as condominiums, given the prohibitive prices of single-family homes with coveted features like a 2-car garage, reminiscent of suburban upbringing. The housing market saga continues, with the resilience of younger generations facing a stern test in the pursuit of the elusive dream of homeownership. Next, let's talk about the minimum wage. In a turn of events that might leave some workers disappointed, the federal minimum wage is not set to increase in the upcoming year of 2024. Despite the anticipation fueled by social media posts suggesting widespread wage hikes, the federal minimum wage will steadfastly remain at $7.25 per hour, a figure that has held since July 24, 2009, as confirmed by the U.S. Department of Labor. The absence of updates from the DOL regarding changes to the federal minimum wage has put to rest any hopes of an imminent increase. Even Ogletree Deakins, a prominent law firm specializing in labor and employment counsel, echoed this sentiment in a blog post, reinforcing the fact that the federal minimum wage will stand firm at $7.25 an hour throughout 2024. The mechanism for altering the federal minimum wage is clear. It requires the passage of a bill by Congress and subsequent approval by the President. As of now, despite proposals from some lawmakers to increase the federal minimum wage, a review of congressional legislation reveals that none of these bills have successfully navigated the legislative process. However, while the federal stage remains unaltered, the landscape is shifting at the state level. Effective January 1, 2024, a total of 22 states will implement increases to their minimum wages, with 3 additional states planning similar adjustments later in the year. States have the authority to establish their own minimum wages, superseding the federal minimum if their rates surpass the national standard. Moreover, certain local governments retain the prerogative to set minimum wages even higher than those mandated by their respective states. Remarkably, 20 U.S. states still adhere to the federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour, as reported by the Economic Policy Institute. However, Washington state is set to boast the highest state-level minimum wage as of January 1, 2024. For workers in Nevada, a minimum wage increase to $12 per hour is on the horizon, scheduled for July 1, 2024. Meanwhile, Florida anticipates a gradual increase, with its minimum wage reaching $13 per hour on September 30, 2024, as part of a broader plan to reach $15 per hour by September 30, 2026. Oregon, known for its unique approach, adjusts its minimum wage annually in July, based on changes to the U.S. Consumer Price Index, currently standing at $14.20 per hour. In a more localized context, 38 cities and counties are set to witness increases in their minimum wages as of January 1, 2024, according to the EPI. As the year unfolds, the dynamic landscape of minimum wages across the United States promises to influence the economic well-being of workers, sparking ongoing discussions about income, affordability, and the evolving nature of labor markets. If you want to stay informed, then press the like button and subscribe. With that said, I'll see you in the next video.